Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Thursday, the 20th day of April, 420 day today. Get to know your customers day today. Volunteer recognition day today. You volunteer? I thought you looked familiar. National Record Store Day today. I like that. I haven't celebrated that in years, but I used to all the time. National Cheddar Fries Day. Oh,
Yum.
National Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day. National
Pineapple?
Pineapple upside. I think I might have said it weird.
You might have said
National
it weird.
Lima Bean Respect Day. Hey, respect those lima beans. National Lookalike Day and National High Five Day. So all of those things happening on this Thursday. And I don't know what I'm saying. And I've got a Dear John letter to get to as well. This is a weird Dear John letter. I've got it posted. It's been there for a few days at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Survey finds Americans who identify as a Formula One fan rose from 21% in 2020 to 28% in 2022, a pace that vastly outstrips the growth of NASCAR, up 3 percentage points in that same amount of time. IndyCar and NHRA each up 3 percentage points, and MotoGP up 6 percentage points. For some reason, Formula One holds only a single race in the United States, and they don't have any American drivers. However, the Netflix documentary series Drive to Survive, which takes viewers behind the scene of tournaments, has been a huge boon to the sport. So that's probably why.
You and I don't watch any of this kind of stuff.
We don't watch really
We're
racing.
super out of touch on all sports.
I don't know
everything.
anybody that races any. I think I could probably list off like 5 NASCAR drivers, but no, it's not because I don't like it. We just don't
might
have
be
time.
able to do 5.
Yeah. We just
Maybe. I'd have
we
to
don't-
really struggle.
We don't take the time to do that. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know science came up with a formula for why certain songs can induce strong emotions in people? It has to do with the words.
You think
No,
so?
it says researchers found when music suddenly breaks from its expected pattern, our sympathetic nervous system goes on high alert. Our heart races while we start to sweat. Depending on the context, we interpret this state of arousal as positive or negative, happy or sad. The results of the study found that the more emotion a song provokes, whether depressing or uplifting, the more we crave this song. What do you think of that?
Have you ever broken a sweat while listening to a song? I have not.
Well, I have if I was working while listening to the song or working out. Keep in mind, I break a sweat walking across the room to grab
Again, have you ever
food.
broken a sweat while listening to a song?
No, not once. I do break a sweat doing many other things, though. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. She's still got that Markle Sparkle. Meghan Markle will be awarded the 2023 Women of Vision Award next month. It would be presented to her by none other than Gloria Steinem. The award is bestowed by the MS Foundation, which works to bring attention to the real challenges facing women, especially women of color and low income, and women who are living in poverty. How in the world does that?
How
Meghan
does that
Markle
fit
is a
her?
princess.
She is not living in poverty.
Ceremony is set for May 16th in New York. Yellowstone co-stars Ryan Bingham and Hassie Harrison have confirmed their romance is a fiery one.
Well,
There's
that's
a photo
lovely.
on Instagram. They were sharing a kiss in
for
front of an
them.
open flame. That's the fire. That's why it was a fiery one. We should have had that before we had the fiery one thing, because then it would have made more sense. All right, I've got a link if you want to see the photo. Oh, I know you do. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Arnold Schwarzenegger made the news for fixing a pothole in his Los Angeles neighborhood, which turned out, by the way, to be a utility trench. It wasn't even a pothole. I actually watched the video.
He fixed it?
Yeah, he
like himself.
He and a couple of other people literally bought bags of asphalt, and they had his Escalade parked there with the flashers on.
I'm going to have to probably watch that.
And then they fixed this pothole, and he's smoking a cigar while he's doing it.
That is hilarious.
And he's, pothole, you're fired. I don't think he said that, but he should have. Disney's Splash Mountain will close next month. The log flume ride is being shuttered to make way for California's new Tiana Bayou Adventure attraction. I don't know what that is. And here we are, deep in the middle of spring cleaning season. I can't even say it. I'm so excited. For some,
so excited.
Oh, I'm going to clean our garage. I'm doing it tomorrow.
That's
And if you
great.
ask me tomorrow, then I'll say I'm also doing it tomorrow, because I'll just keep putting it off. But for some, would you say is the longest stretch you've gone without cleaning your home? How long would you say, Heidi?
Well, I usually don't do it myself,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
You do. You're tidy Heidi. You always have the room tidied
I
up.
tidy, but I
poll
don't
of-
clean.
A poll of 2,000 Americans found that while half claimed the longest they've gone without ever house cleaning is just 1 month, 52% said that, by the way, 1 in 10 admitted they've gone more than 6 months. It was found that on average, it takes 2 hours to do a light cleaning at home, 5 hours to do a deep cleaning. That includes chores like cleaning the large appliances and washing the windows. That may be why 40% said they deep clean twice a year or less. Some tips survey respondents share to make cleaning easier is to do one room at a time, then move on. Have a cleaning schedule for specific things that get cleaned more frequently, and do the hardest job first, then everything else seems easier.
Right.
I like that.
I agree with that.
One room at a time. So I don't know which room. I'll do it tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Start with the bathrooms.
There you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right. Interesting letter this week, Heidi. I'm going to read this to you. You tell me what you think. Dear John, not sure what to do. Sadly, my brother's wife passed away. This was pretty unexpected. They did not have life insurance because he lost his job during 2020 and they couldn't afford to keep it. He asked me and my sisters to see if we could help. We all agreed to pitch in, and I'm happy to help in his time of need. Here's where things get a little sketchy. I got a call from a classmate. He passed along his condolence and mentioned that he participated in the GoFundMe thing. I asked a little more about that because I didn't know anything about it. He sent me a link. My brother is also asking others to pitch in to help with the funeral. My sisters and I had already told him we would do this. Should I say something to my brother about this? It seems odd that he's doing that when we already said we would cover the funeral. Any ideas how I tiptoe through this minefield? Signed, Sad Big Brother. Yeah, that's kind of weird. So
That's tricky.
does he know that you guys were going to cover everything, or did he think that you were going to just give a little bit? Or if you do want to just give a little bit, just go to the GoFundMe and make your contribution there.
Or is the GoFundMe to cover the expenses of like a lost income?
I have no idea. I don't know. That could be. I would have, I don't know. Again, it's your brother's time of need right now. It's a sad time. He lost his wife. I think that's tough.
But yeah,
again,
it does seem a bit
it seems weird.
disrespectful that, okay, I'm going to take your money, but I'm also going to ask for money from all of these people as well.
And again, I understand he's going through a tough time right now, but if that were me, I would at least have said, well, I've got this thing set up to cover the cost of this, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough to do everything.
Right.
And if
it feels kind of a bit dishonest.
And maybe you talk to your sisters and find out, hey, did you know any? Because again, maybe you mentioned it, you just didn't hear it. Because, who knows? I might have done that. There are things that were mentioned to me for sure that I've not heard or I didn't understand. So maybe it was mentioned, but you just didn't know it. Again, this is a tough time for everybody. And again, for him especially, because it's his wife that passed away. And I don't know. I fortunately haven't had to pay for a funeral recently, so I don't know how much that even costs. I'm
not
assuming
cheap.
Thousands, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure there's a lot, and I don't know if you guys were planning on paying all of that, but I would first touch base with your sisters and say, hey, did you know anything about this? And should we be contributing through there? Is that how we were going to do it? And here's my concern about that. If you do that through GoFundMe keeps some of that. I hope everybody understands
sure do.
that.
Yeah.
They have to pay processing fees.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's even though it helps a lot of fundraisers and it helps a lot of nonprofits, they are not a nonprofit.
That is true.
They do well, from what I understand. So if there's a way for you to give it without doing it through that GoFundMe, that's probably better for your brother and better for everybody involved. Well, everybody except for GoFundMe. So. But I don't know. That does seem kind of odd.
It does seem a bit sketchy.
Again, at first glance.
Right. But there may be more to it.
Yeah. Once you know all of the details, you might go, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I think what I would do, because what's the question in here?
What are we talking about?
Should
again?
I say something to my brother about this?
Yes.
Any ideas how I'd tiptoe through this minefield? I would do it with the strength of many. I would talk to your sisters who also agreed that you guys were going to pitch in and help. And I would make sure you let them know as well, hey, let's not do it through this GoFundMe thing because then we got to pay the fees on that. We're going to just do it directly. But make sure you let him know that, hey, we still want to help. Because I don't know, maybe he doesn't know that you're helping. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? It does seem odd, though, doesn't it?
It seems odd.
I think Heidi's playing a game over there. I've lost
It seems extremely odd, and it seems, I think, disrespectful.
Again, at first blush, we don't know.
Yep, true story.
We don't know for sure what's going on. So I would ask the questions and get the answers, but I would do it with your sisters because maybe they already know the answers, and maybe you should have known the answers, but you weren't paying attention, like Heidi's not paying attention right now.
I was listening. I was paying attention the whole time.
Are you playing Candy Crush?
Yes.
Okay, that's what you're doing. Don't pretend.
But
I know
I'm
what you're
listening.
doing. She's got the loudest
I've been
keyboard in the
involved.
world over
I know
there.
what we're talking about.
If you would like to, I'll have a Dear John letter next week about this lady I work with is always playing Candy Crush. Signed John. No, if you'd like to chime in with a Dear John letter for next week, you can do that. Or you can chime in with an answer to this one at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first roller coaster to break 100 miles per hour barrier was Superman Escape at Six Flags Magic Mountain Theme Park just north of Los Angeles.
That's cool.
If you can't tell, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think I said the name of all of that wrong. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Maine is the closest point in the United States to Africa, which doesn't seem like that would be right.
Oh.
But Maine is closer to Africa than any other point in the U.S. of A. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Right now, 70% of the people driving on U.S. highways are speeding. 70% Slow down.
I know somebody in this room.
I just got a ticket. Yeah.
Yes, you
I didn't
did.
mean,
I just paid
I
that ticket.
started speeding up way sooner than I should have. I wasn't going crazy, but it was bad. All right, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are 74 lobbyists for every one senator in Washington, D.C. And now we know part of the problem.
Yep.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
Huge problem. What's that, John?
If you yelled for over 8 hours, for over 8.5 years, you would produce enough energy to heat one single cup of coffee. It's a lot easier to just use a microwave. I'm just saying. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay!
Yay!
It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. You make a funny face when you do that. I want a webcam just for that. You raise your eyebrows like you're, I'm so excited. Hey, question for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
More than 170 million Americans have a membership card to this place. I don't think we have one. What is it?
Library.
Yeah, public library. Good job. Do we have a library card?
We do not.
Every time I get one, it expires.
I want one.
We should go get one. You know how much it costs to get a public library card,
Nothing.
though? Yeah, it's free. All right, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Monopoly match in Belgium turned into a bloodbath, and not figuratively, after a perturbed neighbor confronted the players with a samurai sword.
Oh my gosh.
A group of 4 were playing the game late at night. When it got too loud, a neighbor came to complain and brought a stick to swing at the crowd, Monopoly players. At the rowdy Monopoly players. Then things escalated quickly when the stick-swinging neighbor's son emerged with a Japanese katana sword.
Oh my God.
One of the game players attempted to grab the sword, and in doing so, removed it from the holster so the blade was unsheathed. The son tried to grab the sword back, leading to a fracas, which caused serious injuries to the 2 individuals. Both were taken to the hospital, and both were arrested. So, yeah, you don't bring a sword to a Monopoly game. Who does that?
You know, I've been involved in some Monopoly games where I wished I had access to a sword.
I actually read that headline to Heidi. The whole Monopoly turns into a bloodbath.
Yeah,
She said,
and I said, I can see that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? All right. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Hacks to stop food cravings. Ooh, I like this.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sunshine.
nice.
Ravenous appetite often develops because of lack of serotonin. They say, hey, get a little sun
That's
and
good
you
to
might
know.
not be so hungry.
Okay.
Tea, hot, unsweetened tea, can be soothing for your stomach and can help ease the craving sensations. Meditate. It helps you cope with stress, which also is the reason that you're hungry a lot of the time because you're stressed out. Cool off your palate. An ice-cold sensation in your mouth works wonders. So drink some ice water, just suck on an ice cube.
Okay.
Vitamins. Instead of chocolate or other sweet stuff, have a handful of dried fruits. That way your body gets not only the sweetness you want, but also vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
And lastly, but not leastly, is leastly a word?
I don't think it is
now.
no.
Coffee break. It says coffee or green tea can reduce your appetite and can boost your metabolism. So if you'd like that list, you can find it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Here's your quote. It's from Yogi Berra, the ball player. He said, if you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Okay.
You kind of have to, Yogi. Do you go right or do you go left, though? Tell me what I do. He's got a lot of funny quotes. I actually have a book. It's like filled with Yogi Berra quotes. It is so funny. Did you get that for me? Somebody did, just because it was a silly book.
I have no idea.
All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. I love this story. Headline: Garbage man's act of kindness reunites bride with family heirloom. Isn't that great?
That's wonderful.
Brittany Thompson lost her late grandmother's bracelet the night of her wedding. Once the bride realized she didn't have the bracelet, she panicked. Friends and family helped her recall every move that big night, and she thought maybe it fell off in the hay from this photo op, and they went out the next morning. It was too late. All of the trash and hay and everything had been scooped up. But there was a sliver of hope when the couple spotted a Waste Pro garbage truck. After explaining the situation to the driver, Jeff called his supervisor and said, "Hey, you mind if I look through this trash?" While digging through the trash, Thompson almost claimed defeat, but she saw hay sticking out of a white bag. And she said, "I kept pulling stuff out of that bag, and sure enough, on one of the handfuls, there it was, my bracelet."
Wow.
How cool is that?
Yeah, no doubt.
And by the way, the driver was in there helping as well. So it's not like he just
That's
pulled over
awesome.
and goes,
That
"Yeah,
is above and
hop in the
beyond
back.
the Call of Duty.
Do your thing." I honestly thought that is what happened to my keys. I couldn't find my keys.
I
What was
found
it,
your
2
keys.
Was it 2 weeks?
It was a while, yes.
And on my keychain, I have a little, it looks like a key, but you fold it out. It's a knife, and it's used to
Right.
open packages. And I remember opening some packages that we had gotten, and I was thinking, when I did that, I bet the keys fell in that box, and then we had
And then
thrown
we
those
threw the box
boxes out.
away.
Because we tore the house apart. And then Heidi finally, she was digging through the closet, and she saw a coat.
No, I was just thinking,
Yeah.
you know what? I know that I hung
That
up
jacket,
a coat
yeah.
and then just went in and looked, and
She came out
They
and she's
were
like, "Hey,
there.
guess what, idiot? I found your keys." Okay, maybe she didn't say idiot, but what she did say, I can't say on the radio.
that is not true.
Oh, okay. I think she said sweetheart. Something like that. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.